It's a SuperStarcraftBros.
Gold Wednesday.
Let's go! Woohoo! Gold Wednesday.
Yep.
Halfway through the week.
Yep.
And it's really not even halfway through the week. We're just acting.
We are?
Because we're recording these early. Because I will be out of town this weekend.
Yeah, and I really don't think anyone wants to hear me talk to myself.
You might.
I might want to hear me talk to myself.
Alright, so we have another matchup with Zerg in it and another game on Daybreak. So Iron Sparks, who do we got representing their distinguished races today?
In our bottom left corner we have our red Protoss Tambo, and in our top right corner we have our blue Zerg BloodyFaced.
And so far this week, if you've been watching the games, Zerg has won every game.
Let's see if we can continue that trend.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I've seen enough Zergs win, so I'm going to start rooting for the Protoss.
Oh,
I know, shocking.
gasp.
For air? Or Vespine gas!
Ha ha ha!
I don't even... That was
That
stupid.
did not make sense.
Alright, Gateway going down for Tambo, and what do we got up in Bloody's base? An extractor. Alright, awesome.
Bloody's base. Bloody face.
That was a little better.
Alright.
Alright, so let's see. Do you think he's... Why gas first?
Cuz, don't you know you need that gas to get the... nothing?
Alright.
He might be able to quickly get that melobolic...
That mellobolic boost, you know, is that thing that makes you mellow. So the Zerglings run up and go, "What's up, homie? You want some metabolic boost?"
we will either see that quick metabolic boost, or we will see some roaches pop out quick.
Perhaps. We'll see. We do have the cybernetics core already down for Tambo, and the spawning pool is just halfway done for Bloody.
Either way, any unit the Zerg pumps out will do fine, because there's nothing to stop them.
There's no units, though. Oh! All those probes tried as hard as they can to stop that extractor from going down, but it didn't work. So it looks like Bloody is going to sacrifice his scouting drone to block off that extractor.
Well, he could always cancel it right before it's done finished.
He could do that pesky thing where he cancels it, runs around. I don't think... No, he's not going to do it. I don't really think this is going to hurt Tambo. I kind of feel like Tambo's doing a fast 4-gate. So I don't think having that block, that first Zealot's going to come out and hack away that extractor and get that Vespine Geyser freed up again.
It's not really a fast 4-gate.
Well, I mean...
This is the timing for the 4-gate.
Compared to Bloody...
Well, compared to Bloody...
Everything's fast. We do have that mellobolic boost finishing up. And we have a couple lings on the field already.
Let's see, we do have that Robo Bay going down.
Hey, be nice.
Robo Facility.
We got the Robo going down, so probably we're looking at a 3-gate Robo. Good choice against a Zerg. Those Immortals will definitely help. If those standard roaches come into play. Can you breathe, Iron Sparks? Alright, I'll continue casting. Let's see. It is a little interesting that Tambo didn't choose to create any type of wall at his ramp, and both players not choosing to expand. We have an Evo chamber out for Bloody. I think he's gonna try and go all Ling,
which could do pretty well against those Immortals, since Lings do counter Immortals, I think.
I know, but if Tambo keeps the Immortals in the back of his army and he allows Zealots and Stalkers to I almost choked you, I'm sorry. To soak up the damage, the Immortals will don't they one-shot Zerglings?
I don't know, but we do have that Roach Warren going down.
Alright, and we do have that huge swarm of Zerglings coming now. Actually, I might be mistaken. Those Lings might do a ton of damage. There are no sentries on the field. That Immortal's now out. Those Lings are getting a surround against it. Nope, they two-shot the Lings. I stand corrected. Alright, the Lings are in the base. They are kind of free to do all they want. The Zealots are warping in. The drones, the probes, not the drones, the probes have turned around to fight and zap away, and a good cleanup and defend from Tambo. Pretty simple, pretty easy.
So he didn't kill that many workers in that attack, however he did get rid of that initial
He
immortal.
He got rid of a zealot, a stalker, and the immortal, so he did do quite a bit of economic damage, and I believe he got another zealot that warped in to defend the middle line. So good, he poked in, he got to see everything that Tambo's doing.
You know, I don't think I really agree with this Baneling nest going down.
No, the Banelings are really going to be only effective against the zealots.
I would rather him just much focus on getting these roaches out as well as some more Zerglings and taking an expansion, because that could really... Zerg players, you need to be one base ahead of your opponent to really be able to do good.
And with Protoss, from what I've seen and from what I've experienced playing with them, is if you really want the Protoss race to open up and you have some options on your tech pass, you have to expand. It's incredibly difficult to open up those higher level tech trees staying on one base. We do have a small platoon of Protoss units. He has a probe in the mix, probably to lay down that proxy pylon. And from Bloody, we have a lot more lings on the way. Again, Iron Sparks, I want to see an expansion out of these two. At least some creep spread from Bloody.
Yeah, an expansion would be really nice since these players need it.
They are, because we are getting almost into the mid-game time. We're getting close to that 9-10 minute mark, and they're going to start needing extra resources so they can start reestablishing these armies.
I know some of the pros usually have like their third base going down by the 8 minute mark.
Especially with the Zerg level players, it's very common at the 9 or 10 minute mark to already start your third.
Well, it's just because you need it. The Zerg, you need to have the base in order to be at an upper hand to your opponent.
It gives you extra drones, it gives you extra larvae, and it allows you to reestablish your army if it was to fall to your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a very large group of Banelings sitting in Bloody's base. I don't know how effective these are going to be against this Protoss army, though.
Well, if you can get them in the front, get those hits off, and I would just like to see more roaches.
Force field to try and split those up. Oh! A lot of the Zealots get taken out by the Banelings. Good maneuvering from Bloody to take out the tanks of the Protoss Death Ball. All we have left is the Sentries and 2 Zealots who are going to try and do as much damage as they can before they fall. Those Banelings actually proved to be quite effective. Most of the Zealots were right there. It was probably a very lucky attack from Bloody, but they paid off, and he stopped a very deadly yet small Protoss Death Ball.
Even though it did do the job, I would like to see him split up those Banelings a little more, because a lot of those Zealots unnecessarily tanked all that splash damage.
They did, but I mean, a lot of the Baneling damage is going to come down to the Zealots because they are those lighter, unarmored units. Tambo decided to take his expansion off of the back end of that failed attack. I don't know about that. Bloody, on the other hand, is taking his expansion, which is a great idea. And Tambo has a very small army sitting just south of Bloody's base. He might want to start moving that up. I'd say a cancel on the Nexus to recoup some of those minerals.
Looks like Tambo is moving his forces back to the pen instead of going for a base race. Will he get this cancel off? No.
I think maybe some units in the main. Good force field from the sentry at the main base. He's going to stall those units. These recall troops are going to get that extra time needed to actually flank this attack force from Bloody.
He did get that other force field off, however he let a few units in. He trapped one of these Banelings.
Did, and that Baneling is so committed on getting through that force field, it's not going to do much. Oh, it might takes out the sentry. It looks like this attack away from Bloody is going to get mopped up now, so we have a little back and forth going on this TVZ. PvZ. Why can we never get the races correct?
I don't know. And so we do have some more Zerglings come in, and I'd rather have seen them not come and rather just kept them at home.
No, those were definitely reinforcing Lings, but they're a little too late. No force fields on hand right now. Oh! Force field's going to trap those Lings in. I think it's going to be able to take off this army, and...
I take back. These Lings did kind of pay for themselves, however, they probably will be cleaned up by these 3 Zealots as well as the probes.
If he can hit that mineral line and kill a couple probes. One probe.
3 have died since the last time we checked, but...
I think there was only 1 killed in that attack. Alright, Bloody does get his expansion of that, and he is upgrading to his lair.
See, he hasn't transferred any of his drones, however, he is fully saturated on his main. Getting that Queen started.
20 Lings on the way for Bloody. I think he's playing a little too scared right now. Not to be mean, but just he expects that Protoss counter push. And what he should just do is I want to see Bloody tech up to something. Either get those upgrades for the roaches or start pumping out roaches. Lings are not going to be that powerful once the Protoss starts kicking in its own higher level tech or its upgrades. But I don't even think we have a forge down from Tambo.
No, we don't. And these Lings will get more and more useless the more Zealots Tambo gets out, because he is getting a lot of them because he's responding to that many Lings out on the field.
He has forced another council on the natural expansion. Good force field to cut that Ling pack in half, and they are going to get cleaned up by these very, very angry Zealots.
And Bloody just really needs to switch away from the Zerglings.
Definitely an all roach, and I actually think a third right now would be a good call from Bloody. And I just pump the roaches. Roaches are great against Zealots and other gateway units from Protoss.
As he is getting a Spire out, so we'll probably see a pack of Mutas coming once that's finished, which could be good since he's kind of forced Tambo to transition into a very heavy Zealot army.
It is, especially because he's only on the 2 gas geysers at his main. He's not going to be able to open up and expand quickly with a gas-heavy army. Those Mutas are actually going to be a good call. From what I've seen with most games, Muta packs are devastating to Protoss armies.
Because you can't kill them.
No, you either need really good Blink Stalker Micro, or for some strange reason, an entire fleet of Phoenix.
The thing with Mutas, once it hits a certain point, there's nothing you can do to stop them. It doesn't
No.
matter how good your Blink Micro is. It doesn't matter how good your Storms can be.
When it comes down to those giant Muta packs, the thing you have to kind of just cross your fingers for is bad micro from the Muta player.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have some defenses down for Bloody. Again, he's playing very conservative and very defensive when he doesn't need to.
So he does have that Spire done, getting some of those Mutas out, as well as the ranged upgrade for ground units.
Which is interesting because he hasn't gone heavy roach.
Actually, he's getting the second.
So the +2 range, but
Yeah.
that's kind of odd because he hasn't focused on roach. Perhaps this will be more of a changeover to roach Muta play now. Tambo finally gets his natural setup, and he's pushing out again with a small Protoss Death Ball.
And he has that Forge up as well as a cannon, so he doesn't have to keep as many units behind to defend against any Lings that might try to run in.
Yeah, so those pesky Ling packs that have been running into Tambo's base are going to be at least dampened, if not nullified. But the longer Tambo sits out, the larger that Muta pack's going to get, and there are 6 more on the way with the aerial attack upgrade for Bloody.
And Tambo has no
No
defenses.
cannons of the natural. He's going to need to transfer these workers away at ASAP. But it does not look like Tambo's attention is on his main. He's losing a massive amount of workers. They finally transfer away.
11 workers taken out.
Ouch. It looks like the Mutas are going to try and pick off some pylons, but there's a ton of pylons powering those buildings, which are great. So the Mutas, they've stopped mining at the main. They're going to fly into these cannons.
One Muta is taken out by a combination of those stalkers and those cannons, and looks like he's going to fly right over this
Oh,
army.
but there's only sentries to provide for aerial defense. These Mutas probably flying back home to join up with the 6 other Mutas that have already popped out.
Let's see, we do have Banelings.
Baneling Muta could be a very powerful choice for Bloody.
Huh.
He could steamroll that Zealot army and pick off everything else with the Mutas.
The thing about doing the Banelings against this Protoss army is if Tambo does get some amazing force fields off, those Banelings are useless.
They are, but there aren't too many ranged units in the group right now to provide that type of artillery to accompany those force fields. He did warp in some stalkers.
And he's just finishing his attack upgrade.
Yep, attack upgrade is almost finished. We have 2 more Muta on the way, including another pack of Lings. This will be a very interesting call. They are all sitting up at the ramp between the main and the natural.
Yes, he is pulling... No, he's not.
Alright, here come the Banelings. If they can get soaked up by the Immortals.
And they are.
Excellent, excellent. The Immortals provided the wall, but there just aren't enough stalkers in that army. And the Mutas take out another Tambo Death Ball.
Yeah, he just doesn't have enough since he committed so much to the Zealots early game because of those Zerglings. He just doesn't have enough to take out those Mutas.
And it was great play from Bloody. We can't fault him there because he consistently stopped the Protoss player from achieving his natural. This stopped Tambo from getting a large pack of Blink Stalkers or any other type of tech. And when in doubt, Tambo is throwing down his DT Shrine to try and do a little bit more damage. He did get those units back to work on those geysers, but he is all mined out. This is going to be very rough for Tambo. It's looking like the game is completely in Bloody's favor.
Yeah.
Good response, Iron Sparks. All right.
Do you think he's going to use that DT Shrine for a DT harassment?
I think DTs will be good right now because I don't believe there's any Spore Crawlers on the field. And I don't think there's going to be any Overseers for a while. This could be his ticket to get the Zerg player to back off, and he could do a lot of economic damage if he can get those DTs in.
See, I think he has a good idea that there is no detection out on the field, so he could get it in for harassment, and if that doesn't... Yeah, see, he is getting that Warp Prism, so he will get it to
Excellent,
drop him.
So we might be able to do some drops and get those DTs in there.
And then once the detection does goes up, he can morph from Strain to Archons, will be even good against...
And they'll do excellent splash damage against those pumped up Mutas. So Tambo has a chance, but I believe it's going to come down to what Bloody chooses to do. He's choosing to move in right now, and if he takes out those gateways before the DT Shrine's up, which it just finished, we have Blink on the way, a Warp Prism's on the way, he's going to spot the DT Shrine.
And, is he going to... He's going for that pylon instead of he's...
Going for the pylon. Oh, he's quit on the DT Shrine.
However, he's just going to turn around and kill it once these Stalkers are done.
Yes, it is. The Stalkers are providing some type. I believe you can still morph in the DTs if the DT Shrine is not powered.
Yeah.
But we don't have any DTs getting more warped in right now for Tambo.
We don't have any attacking units getting
Nope.
warped in.
But
that is good. No, not spoil up.
It's going to be soon. These small packs of Stalkers are not going to be able to do anything. They're actually going to want to stay by the cannons and just try and get the cannons to support them.
I don't know why he hasn't tried to warp at some of these DTs.
No, let's see.
There we go, there's one.
Alright, we have one. Where is it warping in at?
Probably up here.
Oh, he has a DT at the main. Let's see, we have a couple more Stalkers now.
Will he finish the research before?
Oh, it was so close, but that pylon goes down and all the gateway units are unpowered. BloodyFaced has left the Forge and the DT Shrine up, but without those gateways, there's no way for him to morph in units.
Another downfall for this Protoss player is he has full energy on both of his nexus.
Ah, you have to use the Chrono. Always Chrono.
Oh.
I constantly yell at Iron Sparks to the point where he hates me, because I'm always telling him to keep up on his Chrono.
And this DT isn't going to be any good, because BloodyFaced had ample time to see the Dark Shrine and get detection of.
Alright, well, Tambo leaves. No GG. I'm not even sure if these two players threw out some good luck, have fun at the beginning of the game.
No, sir.
Nope. But Bloody did an excellent job. He consistently harassed the Protoss player, stopped that natural from going up. I probably would have liked to see more Roaches, but once he went to Muta, that was game.
Yeah.
Alright, leave us a comment down below on how you think Tambo and Bloody did in this PvZ. I like Terran so much it always stinks in. So leave that comment down below, hit the like button,
subscribe,
share, and have some good luck and have fun on your StarCraft adventures, and we'll see you tomorrow on Thursday.
GG.
GG.